Peter was the one who would curse. Peter was a cursing Christian. Peter was a cursing Christian before he was converted. Peter would curse. Peter was an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth kind of guy.
Yeah.
Remember, Peter was the one when the Pharisees disrespected Jesus.
That's right.
Peter was the one who said, Lord, would you have us to call down fire from heaven and kill these people? And it was Jesus who had to look at Peter and said, oh, wait, you don't know what spirit you're that's not the way I operate. Peter was the one who, when Judas betrayed Jesus and they came to get Jesus, Peter was, of all the 12, Peter was the one who drew his sword and cut off the poor man's ear. Peter was violent. Peter had a temper. Peter didn't know what to do with his anger. And Peter would get angry for like no reason whatsoever. Peter was also the one who, when they sent out some disciples and they weren't really part of Jesus' ministry, but they started doing miracle signs and wonders themselves, Peter was the one that came back and said, Lord, do you want us to tell them to stop that? That's who Peter was. God looked at Peter and said, upon this rock, I am going to build my church, but I can't build my church on that. I got to get rid of that. That flesh part of you, that temper, that anger, that violence in the flesh part of you, I can't use that part. So, since the devil has asked for you anyway, I'm going to let him beat you, but I'm using him to beat that violence out of you. I'm going to use him to beat that temper out of you. I'm going to use him to beat that anger out of you. I'm going to use him to beat that hubris out of you. Because Peter hubris means an extreme form of arrogance. Peter had a whole lot of hubris. Because remember in the very next verse 33, when Jesus said what he said, Lord, I am ready to go with thee, both into prison and into death. And Jesus said, Peter, before the crows thrice, you will deny, before he crows twice, you will deny me 3 times. Because Peter was blind to his own weaknesses. And Jesus said, and I can't use that either. If you're going to work for me, if you're going to serve me, if I'm going to build my church on you, I need you to know your kryptonite. I need you to know where you can fail. I need you to know where your weakness is. I need to expose that fleshly, manly part of you. And Peter is the one who went through the ultimate humiliation. Because just as Jesus testified, you get over further into the scripture, when they're all huddled around the fire because they're inside putting Jesus on trial, and Peter's trying to be incognito, hanging around trying to figure out what's going on, and some woman looks at him and be like, wait a minute, aren't you one of them? Didn't you follow him? And Peter goes, I don't know what you're talking about, woman. You never know what you're talking about, woman. Leave me alone. Went off a little bit ways. Somebody else saw Peter. Wait a minute. No. You are one of them. This is one of them. And he's like, man, I told you, I don't know what you're talking about. You need to shut your mouth and leave me alone. And then it happened the 3rd time, and this time the cursing Christian came out again because he basically cursed them. And, basically, I can't say what Peter said, but we can imagine what Peter said to them, to tell them to leave him alone. I'm not him. I don't know the man. And that's when the cock crowed for the 2nd time. And the scripture says, and Peter wept bitterly. Bitterly, because Peter didn't know that was in him. But Jesus did. And so did the devil. So he said, let me have Peter. You think you're going to build your church on this rock? Let me help you.